What does it mean to be a virtuous woman? The Bible does give us a guideline and examples of what this means for us. It is up to us to meditate in prayer, read the Word, and be obedient to the guidance in the Bible. The go-to for us is usually Proverbs 31:10. In King James, he starts, "Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies." But in the NIV we see, "A wife of noble character who can find." She is worth far more than rubies. So is being a virtuous woman being noble? Is it being precious like a gem? Let's dive into the Word to see what it has to say about what picture God has painted of a virtuous woman. Characteristics of a virtuous woman. 1. She does not act on impulse. She considers a field and buys it. Out of her earnings, she plants a vineyard. Proverbs 31:16. The key word in this scripture is considers. One of the most difficult things for us is to slow down and think before we act, but that is one of the first traits of a virtuous woman. She thinks about what she is going to do and completes her tasks to the plan in hopes of fruitfulness. She does not buy for selfish satisfaction, rather she considers profits for her husband and family. She takes action once she has thought about how it will impact those in her life. 2. She is fair and impartial. She opens her arms to the poor and extends her hands to the needy. Proverbs 31:20. It isn't enough to do good for your family and friends. There are others out there that need you too. A virtuous woman also reaches out to her community and offers help whenever she can. 3. She is brave and fearless. She is clothed in strength and dignity. She can laugh at the days to come. Proverbs 31:25. The virtuous woman is confident in her faith. She knows that no matter what, the future is in God's hand and there is nothing to worry about. She puts aside anxiety and intrusive thoughts and sets an example of perseverance. 4. She is a hard worker. She watches over the affairs of her household and does not eat the bread of idleness. Proverbs 31:27. A virtuous woman knows what is going on around her and is involved with her house and her family. She doesn't let things get by her due to laziness and avoidance. 5. She is wise and knowledgeable. She speaks with wisdom, and faithful instruction is on her tongue. Proverbs 31:26. Honesty isn't the only policy. There is much to consider when choosing what to say and how to say it. A virtuous woman thinks before she speaks, tells the truth, and lifts others up. 6. She is responsible and mature. This characteristic of a virtuous woman might be the most important. All throughout Proverbs 31 are examples of ways to be responsible and mature. She makes sure her family is fed and clothed, and cares for her home and her husband, and she makes her family look good. Her actions not only set the standard for her children, but they lift them up in spirit because she doesn't waste time acting foolishly or putting off important tasks. The virtuous woman is careful that her actions are good and will not have repercussions on her husband or children. 7. She is patient and tolerable. She gets up while it is still night. She provides food for her family and portions for her female servants. Proverbs 31:15. When it comes to duties a woman must complete, and the responsibilities that come with day-to-day needs, she is expected to do it all with grace and calmness. No matter the stress, it is important to be patient and tolerable. Examples of virtuous women in the Bible. In a world that points to photoshopped magazine cover models and selfish ambition as guiding forces for decision-making and behavior, it can be hard to find a role model that really relays the message of virtue. However, God used many strong and virtuous women in the Bible to bring glory to his power. Let's look at their examples in order to find what we should do. Mary. "I am the Lord's servant," Mary answered. "May your word to me be fulfilled." Luke 1:38. Mary accepted the news brought to her by the angel with faith. She took her duty of becoming the mother of Jesus with a servant's heart of humbleness and gratitude. Ruth. "And now, my daughter, don't be afraid. I will do for you all you ask. All the people of my town know that you are a woman of noble character." Ruth 3:11. Ruth's great love and respect of her mother-in-law spoke volumes about her character and virtue. When she thought she was only acting in the eyes of God and Naomi, she was actually noticed by all. Esther. As they were drinking wine, the king again asked Esther, "Now what is your petition? It will be given to you. And what is your request? Even up to half the kingdom, it will be granted." Esther replied, "My petition and my request is this: if the king regards me with favor, and if it pleases the king to grant my petition and fulfill my request, let the king and Haman come tomorrow to the banquet. I will prepare for them. Then I will answer the king's question. Esther 5-6-8. Esther was given a task any other young woman might have dreamed of. She was chosen to be queen even though she wasn't royalty to begin with. She had to search for faith and bravery deep within when Haman sought to destroy her people. So she cleverly invited Haman and the king to dinner and executed her wise plan to expose the truth, ultimately saving her family. Steps to become a virtuous woman. 1. Maintain a good reputation. 2. Humble yourself. 3. Be kind. 4. Show gratitude. 5. Forgive others. 6. Make wise decisions. Putting it into practice. It isn't enough to know what a virtuous woman is. The next step is to take control of your life, one action at a time, to transform into the rare woman who is worth far more than rubies. We begin by seeking the face of God for direction. The word says that the beginning of wisdom is the fear of the Lord. This is our starting point. Charm is deceptive and beauty is fleeting, but a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. Honor her for all that her hands have done, and let her works bring her praise at the city gate. Proverbs 31:30-31. I think it's worth saying that although we strive to be all of the above, we should not feel ashamed if we miss the mark in one or more areas. None of us are perfect. That's why we rely on Jesus to get us through every single day of our lives. Find peace in knowing that there is grace in God's love and mercy at the feet of Jesus. When you follow this path, you'll be honored among those who also fear the Lord. If you fall short, there will never be too many times to start over and try again to be a virtuous woman in God's eyes. Thank you for watching. Please be sure to subscribe so you can be notified of future videos. Also, please share this video so we can spread the word together. God bless you.